Welcome back, grade 11s. Now, I hope you are well relaxed and we can tackle on the last topic, which is called presentation of business information. Now, remember that with presentation, you need to know the factors to consider when you are preparing for a presentation, and also you must know how to compose a flyer. And then also very important, grade 11s, you must know how is it that as a presenter rather, you can handle feedback in a professional manner. Now, let us look at the revising keywords that you are going to come across in this lesson. We are going to see the word business report, which is defined as a formal written document outlining the factual information to stakeholders of a business. We have verbal presentation, which is defined as the use of speech by the presenter to convey a message to stakeholders. You then have a non-verbal presentation, which is a presentation of information to an audience without using spoken words. Lastly, we have a visual aid, which is a chart or pictures or images that help to enhance a presentation. Now let's look at the common errors that you might have when you are dealing with this topic. You might struggle to identify the visual aids from the given scenarios. Now I am going to tell you that for you to do this, you must be able to know what each visual aid is, and also look at the keywords in the scenarios that are given. So for instance, if I am talking about slides, then you must know that, oh, this visual aid might be a smartboard. Then you may also be able to, you might confuse the different types of written reports. Now, for you to do well in this section, you must familiarize yourself with the different type of reports and what each report is used for. Now, this will help you to also identify them in the scenario. Then it is very easy to confuse the factors to consider when preparing a presentation and responding to feedback. Now remember that when we are preparing, this is done before a presentation, whereas responding to feedback is done after a presentation. Let's then quickly look at the importance of presenting information. Now, I will highlight the most important facts. That when you are presenting, it is important for your employees to be informed about the business performance. Now, you must present to them as to how the business is doing so that they also know what it is that is expected from them. We have the different types of presentation as we have stated in our keywords. Verbal, very important, we are using speech or spoken words. And non-verbal is written and there is no spoken words. Now, the different visual aids that you will be required to identify in a scenario includes your tables, your bar graphs, and so forth. Now, let's look at this. When we are preparing, remember I said this is done before. So you need to know the purpose of your presentation, and you must know the audience that you are presenting to so that you know exactly what to say and how to say it. Then you must also summarize your main facts so that your audience knows exactly what is important in that presentation. Very importantly, you must use simple language that everyone is able to understand. Now let's look at the different types of written reports. We have a business report, a business plan, informational reports, research reports, and analytical reports. Now, what I want you to remember here, grade 11s, is that you must familiarize yourself with each of these written reports so that you are able to identify them in the scenario. Now, when you are writing a report, it is important for you to know these steps, that you must conduct research before you write a report so that you have facts that are well researched and you can prove. Then you must have a draft and also edit your information before you present it to your stakeholders. Now, what are the things that you can improve when you are writing your report? You need to make sure that the terms of reference should align with the objectives of the business. So in other words, whatever that you are reporting on must be linked to what the business aims to achieve. And then also, you must ensure that when you are writing a report, you include the feedback from your stakeholders in the report. So you might want to refer back to what your stakeholders have suggested and show how you are going to use it for a next presentation. Then let's look at how do we then handle feedback in a professional manner. You must first listen before you respond so that you respond well. Also be polite and confident. And always remember, you must not address the person, but address the question that has been asked. Now, grade 11s, let's look at the factors to consider when now we are designing a flyer. Now, I will just highlight the main ones that are most important. Remember that when you design a flyer, it must be attractive and appealing for your audience. And also, it must have a combination of words and graphics that help to communicate the message that you are conveying. Now, let's quickly wrap up this lesson. We have discussed the entrepreneurial qualities, transforming a business plan into an action plan, starting a business venture, and presentation of business information. Now, in the next lesson, we are going to look at forms of ownership and avenues of acquiring a business. I hope you have enjoyed today's lesson, and this is goodbye from me. Remember to always stay shining bright wherever you are so that you are always visible. See you soon.